when Craig, a couple of weeks ago, came in and asked us, what does it mean to be a citizen? What does it mean to be involved in your community? I think a lot of us, me including, instantly thought political. Voting is one of the best ways, one of the easiest ways, the most effective ways to stay involved in your community. So, as you know, this is an election year, 2012, election 2012. You guys have an important decision to make between Romney, Obama, there's some other candidates out there as well. So I hope in November, all of you guys will be going out to the polls and voting. It's your right as an American citizen. People worked hard for that. Unfortunately, this is a right I don't have. I am not an American citizen yet. I wasn't born in this country. I had the chance after 7 years, but I've only lived here 6 years. So I can't vote for Romney, Obama, or whoever I'd like to. However, even though I don't have the right to vote in America, I do have the right to vote in the UK. So since I turned 18 years old, I'm allowed to apply for an overseas voting ballot. Now this was something that I wasn't aware of until my parents actually sent me an email reminding me to vote. So how can I vote? I can either do it in person, if I happen to be in the UK in the election year, which is probably going to be 2015. I can vote by post, which sends my ballot through the mail. That takes a couple of days. Or I can actually do it by proxy. So if I know someone in the United Kingdom on election day, they can vote on my behalf. So how does an overseas ballot allow me to maintain a presence in a community that I left 6 years ago? Well, it's more a political presence, to be honest. I'm not socially involved in the UK anymore. I go back occasionally, but I'm not part of the social fabric of that culture. I'm not economically involved either. My parents don't pay taxes. I don't buy things from the United Kingdom. So it's a political involvement that allows me to stay involved. It allows me to vote in general elections. I can vote for the Prime Minister. And I can also vote for candidates for the EU or EU General Assembly. So when I talk about being part of a community, I'm not part of the local community where I grew up anymore. I'm part of the UK. That's become my community, and in part in the EU as well. So this allows me to make a change still in my homeland through a political means. So when I was going through this process, the rhetoric that I encountered was very similar to what you'll find in the United States when it comes to voting, that this is your right, you know, you want to have a voice, you are a citizen of this country, even though I've moved, I still have this right that I was born with, and that can't be taken away from me, even when I moved to a different country and I'm not as involved in the community as maybe I used to be. So I found that while going through this, that there was a repetition of it's important to stay involved in a community even when you've left it, that I have to make an effort now. This is not an easy process to go through, but it's my duty as a citizen, it's a chance to stay involved, and I have to keep doing that. So they try and make this as easy as possible. Like I said, my parents sent me a reminder. This was something that the government is encouraging me to do, because obviously you guys seen the voting levels aren't that high across the world, so they're trying to get young people to come out and vote, and this is an opportunity for me to stay involved in my community that I was born in.